Art begins as a way of seeing. Today is a public-friendly introduction to Caligula's art philosophy, CRP. We'll try to see art as a creative lens, moving from the unknown Caligino city toward the connected all cosmos, guided by the in-between tension of metacy. Meaning is more than information. In an AI-saturated world, we can have endless data and still feel fragmented. This slide frames the need. See art helps us move from scattered inputs to human meaning by holding complexity, not escaping it. Only here's fragments. Modern life often splits emotion from logic and art from science. See art invites you to reconnect those parts. So creativity becomes an integrative practice, not a competition between opposites. Creation lives in the in-between. Caligula emphasizes metacy, the productive middle between chaos and rigid order. Instead of choosing extremes, we hold tension long enough for insight, form, and direction to emerge. Hold mystery and order together. Caligula combines caliginosity, depth, and uncertainty with cosmos structured wholeness. The goal is not to eliminate mystery, but to give it a form that can be shared and lived. Let uncertainty be fertile. Caliginosity names the twilight zone where ideas begin, vague, shadowy, not yet clear. In C art, we respect that early ambiguity as a necessary stage before we rush into neat answers. Meaning appears when parts belong together. Cosmos is the structured totality. Mind, body, culture, and spirit seen as interconnected. She also uses order to weave scattered souls into a coherent pattern without threatening their depth. Hold opposites long enough for meaning to form. Metacy is the active in-between where Caligino and Cosmos meet. It's not a final solution. It's the creative engine that lets tension become composition, insight, and completed work. Replace idea with both and. Giotto moves beyond binary thinking. Instead of picking one side, we practice reconciliation, letting opposites interact until a third option appears, a more inclusive, workable understanding. Every creative act asks why, how, and what. The TPL triad is a simple tool. Transcendence clarifies purpose and symbolic depth. Paradigm organizes structure and method. And reality commits to material action. Together they keep creativity aligned. Begin with the visionary why. Transcendence is the dimension of intuition, myth, and symbolic orientation. It helps you see beyond what already exists, so your work is guided by meaning, not only by technique. Structure helps vision become shareable. Paradigm is the how. Reason, logic, geometry, and organization. In C art, structure does not imprison creativity. It gives flow a clear path so others can understand and participate. An idea becomes real through committed action. Reality is the what, making, building, performing, and finishing. Here the work meets culture, history, and environment. Sheer art treats execution as a philosophical act, not a mere afterthought. Shape can carry meaning when words fail. She art uses geometry as a symbolic language. Circle for transcendence, triangle for paradigm, square for reality. These forms help us communicate purpose, structure, and embodiment at a glance. Depth increases as form becomes dimensional. Moving from 2D to 3D, ideas gain volume. Tools for Socratic transcendence, pyramid for structured paradigm, and rhombohedron for grounded reality. It is a visual way to track growth from concept to life. Relationships reveal the logic of a worldview. This comparison slide shows how geometry, TPR, and philosophical pillars align. Use it as a map. Ask which dimension dominates in a work and what balance would strengthen meaning. Age only has a departure, a threshold, and a destination. Great transition, singularity, and omega point describe a teleological arc, leaving old frames, crossing a decisive reconciliation point, and aiming for a more unified vision. It's a compass for evolution, not a prediction. Reconcile many networks into one coherent expression. In C art, singularity means conscience, dynamic reconciliation that concentrates depth, structure, and embodiment into a potent whole. The clusters and manifestos serve as practical lenses for that synthesis. Commitments protect meaning. The four pillars, spiritual enlightenment, dynamic reconciliation, holistic creation, and global interdependence, act as ethical anchors. They keep art from becoming decoration by connecting art to responsibility and shared life.